SL, mi Marcos Arroyo. Salud, viejo. Good evening, good evening. How's everybody doing? Good evening. How's everybody doing? We're going to do a 15-minute live video for the American audience, and then I will cut the feed and I will do a 15-minute live video for the Spanish audience. I will try to do it as quick as possible for everybody that is listening. I'm not wearing the selfie stick. I'm carrying it with my hands. How's everybody doing? Good evening to everybody. I'm Oscar Blue for Border Network News and for America's Voice. How is everybody doing? Blessings to everybody. God bless everybody. God bless our country, Mexico, that is going through the most horrible, probably one of the most horrific stages that has ever been gone through in terms of security and homicides in history. God bless everybody in the country of Mexico. God bless everybody in Chihuahua and Sonora that they have been watching how these tragedies have been occurring in our country. And God bless everybody in Tijuana, Baja California, that is the city that I live in. How's everybody doing? Good evening to everybody. God bless the United States of America, as we are broadcasting for people in the United States, Central America, South America, parts of Europe. Thank you so much. God bless you all. In Mexico. What is going on? As we did a live coverage yesterday, doing an interview with one of the LeBron family members. If people haven't watched that interview, go to my YouTube channel, as I did an interview with one of the members from the LeBron family. Directly, a member from the LeBron family. Today in the morning, the Canciller Marcelo Ebrard, the one that gave us and the one that made the biggest mistake of going over there and signing the International Pact of Immigration in Morocco with the United Nations, today he did a morning conference talking about the procedures on how they're going to investigate the murders and the assassinations and the killings and this massacre, that I don't want to call it massacre, but this killings of the LeBron family. There's a lot of things. I'm doing this live video because there's a lot of things that they're doing and they're saying about the LeBron family. As people, they don't know about the history of the LeBron family in our country of Mexico. It's not for us to judge, and it's not for us to say, and it's not for us to have justice on. It's for the government of the United States to be the one that, the government of Mexico, the government of Mexico to be the one that takes over and makes justice, and to takes over and start doing what they need to be doing for our country. That is, create security for every citizen of Mexico, for every citizen of Tijuana, for every citizen of Sonora and Chihuahua, for every state. They need to get their butts off and they need to start protecting our citizens. Now, the procedures that he wants to use, to search and research, they're pretty ridiculous, people. They're extremely ridiculous, as he's trying to go by, you know, like it's a manual, like it's a book that you read from one page to the second page, to the third page, to the fourth page, to the fifth page, and you skip to the 8th page and he says, hold on a minute, you can't do that. You need to go to the 6th page, to the 7th page, and then to the... This is the problem with our country. The problem is that we don't have priorities in our country. The problem is that the procedures, there's no procedures, people. Marcelo Ebrard, the Canciller, the one in charge of international relations in our country, there is no procedures to save human beings. They are not procedures to create security in your country. There is no procedure to do what is best for your country. There is no procedure to help immediately the people to create security. There is none. You act immediately and you create security and you find justice for the people and the human beings that they were affected. I don't care what they did in the past. I don't care what they're doing in the present. I don't care what they're doing on the future. What you need to do is get the military, get the federal department, and get yourself working immediately. There's no let me read a notebook, let me read a manual, let me read a dictionary to see what are the rights of the Constitution and to see that if we need help from another foreign country. There is no need for that. The immediate action is for you to go directly to the part of the state and act immediately. There are people that they're being killed, children, 6 months, 8 months old. They're being slaughtered and killed. I don't care what happened. It's under your responsibility to do the proper investigations to find out that later. The procedure says to find justice immediately and to create security for the citizens of Sonora and Chihuahua and Rancho La Mora. That is your obligation, Marcelo. Not to come out in a morning conference and say to everybody, there's procedures that it needs to be done. There's procedures that we need to handle. Like AMLO said yesterday, he gave a morning conference. Hugs, no bullets, he said. Hugs, no bullets. When Ovidio Guzman, the son of Chapo Guzman, killing people left and right, and with firearms in front of everybody, in the middle of the city of Culiacan. Hugs, no bullets. Right now, what is happening? You hear AMLO and you imagine a president. If you were a leader of a nation like Mexico, you take immediate action to protect the citizens. And you hear AMLO saying, we need to read the Constitution. Now he wants to read the Constitution. Amazing. Now he wants to read the Constitution. And he wants to talk about sovereignty. Now he wants to talk about sovereignty when we have been getting invaded by a massive caravan of migrants, not only from South America, from across the damn globe. And now he wants to talk about sovereignty, and now he wants to talk about Constitution, and now he wants to talk about articles of the Constitution that need to be obeyed for us to know at the legal process if we have the ability and the capability, and also if we have a chance for a foreign country to come and help. Now, there's a lot of people commentating on my posts, and there's a lot of people who are saying, because I made a post about, is it time for the United States to take this as a terrorist attack and to pressure Mexico to do something about it and to interfere? Key word, really important word, interfere in our country. Now look, a lot of people are thinking, well, if you say in the word interfere, Oscar, that means that, you know, the president said that he can send his military. Now, President Trump is really intelligent. Is really intelligent. He doesn't need to send the military. Just with that tweet, he slapped AMLO in the face, telling him, your country is getting out of your hands and you're not able to handle it. Do you need help? Now, the pressure to interfere, it doesn't have to be with military. It doesn't have to be with sending the men of the United States to Mexico. No, 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 no. The United States is a really smart country. What they need to do is pressure exactly like they did with the tariff. With the tariff. The United States pressured Mexico, if you don't stop this invasion, we will 5% tariff all the goods in the automobile industry. Now, here comes where the United States says, I will pressure and I will interfere. Solutions. Mexico, if you don't handle these things on the border, if you don't handle these things, the security in our borders, that is demanding you right now to handle the security in our borders, because the citizens, not only of Mexico, you're putting at risk, but the citizens of the United States you're putting at risk, I will close the damn border. By doing that, you're pressuring and you're interfering with Mexico to put pressure to handle their business and to secure the Mexican citizens, and also to secure the border. That's what it needs to be done. That's what it needs to be done. Interfering, it doesn't mean send the whole Marines, send the army. No, Mexico has a brilliant army. It is not used the way it's supposed to be used, because they receive orders from the above that they say, leave everybody alone, leave the cartel work, don't mess with them. They're already getting, we already getting paid. And that is how amazing our military works. Now, intervene, interfere, whatever it is, it's the same. Now, if you put the United States to interfere, intervene, go in there, however you want to call it, and pressure to Mexico and say exactly what they said to the tariff. Remember the tariff? Remember that the migration was getting out of hand? The migrants were getting out of hand. They were crossing illegally every month, constantly, every month, by thousands, not by hundreds, by thousands. 1,000, 1,000, 2,000 a day, 1,000, 2,000 a day. Crossing them on buses, crossing them walking, crossing them on mountains, crossing them everything. Shelters in the United States were packed. Meanwhile, they're having homeless in California. But Trump said, you know what? This needs to stop. And I will hit you in the pocket, Mexico, if you don't get this shit closed or you don't fix this. Sorry for my French. So what Trump did was, I will tariff you 5% until you fix your security, until you fix your country, because you need me and I need you, but I lose less than you win more. So I will tariff you 5%. Now, by intervening, if you intervene in our country, it does not necessarily means that you're gonna send the damn military. We got good military. It's misguided. It's corrupt. It needs to be fixed. So you push the limit by saying, you don't protect your borders, I will close the damn border, or I will tariff you again. And believe me, they will learn. As I've been telling every single audience since I started broadcasting, I've been telling you guys since I started, you want to make Mexico understand, hit them in the pockets. Hit them in the pockets. To all those corrupt politicians, to all those corrupt people, hit them right there in the damn pockets. And they will learn and they will understand. This cartels, drugs, trafficking, fighting on mountains, killing themselves in mountains, kidnappings of children, trafficking of men, trafficking of women, trafficking of kids, trafficking of organs, trafficking of guns. It has been existing for a lot of years. You want it to stop, hit them in the pockets. And believe me, immediately, the government of Mexico is not going to go on the next morning and say, well, we are going to obey our Constitution now, and we are going to see the books of legally how we can handle this. So if we have a possibility, I will let somebody intervene. Now, if we read the Constitution, and now if it violates the Constitution, we will not let nobody intervene. Now, believe me, if the government of Mexico gets hit in the pockets, then a lot of people are going to say, you're going to cost a lot of jobs, Oscar. You're going to cost a lot of people that they have jobs, Oscar. It's time for priorities, people. It's time for priorities. What do you mean that if 2 citizens of Mexico lose their jobs, you're telling me that that is more important than people getting killed and slaughtered? You're telling me that. That is how messed up the priorities are. Immediately, they will handle it. Immediately. Pégales donde les duela. En la cartera. Hit them in the pockets. That is how you, that is the reason why I was posting that. When Trump is saying, I will help you, it doesn't mean that he's going to send the whole military. No, this man is so smart that he will do other methods that immediately Mexico is going to understand that they need to do their job. Imagine if Trump says this: the border of Chihuahua and the border of Sonora were the borders that they were affected. Imagine if Trump says just this one little thing. He calls the governor of Nogales and he calls the governor of New Mexico, and he says this: close the border on Saturday and Sunday, and it's going to be a statement that we want security on our borders. Just close the border for 1 day, 2 days. What do you think is going to happen? Just close it for just 3 hours, 4 hours, close it. What do you think is going to happen? What happened last time? What happened last time when Trump was closing the borders by hours in different states of our country? What happened? Things got fixed. Things got fixed. Our president is incapable of fixing. Our president is incapable of handling. Our president is incapable of running a country. Is the worst IQ president since Ernesto Zedillo Ponce de Leon. That is back in 1994. The IQ level of our presidents has been going down and is the worst right now. He doesn't have people surrounding him. If you don't like it how I'm speaking, get out. He doesn't have smart people around him. That is the #1 reason why the country is running down the drain. Solutions, real easy, people. Real easy solutions. Real easy solutions. Soluciones rápidas. Péguenle la cartera al cabrón. Péguenle la cartera a AMLO y van a ver cómo va a entender el cabrón. Que tiene que proteger a los mexicanos primero, y primero es México. Primero México y primero la seguridad de los mexicanos. Péguenle la pinche cartera para que vean cómo entiende el cabrón. That is the #1 reason. Last time, AMLO got hit in the pocket, and immediately Marcelo Ebrard, the canciller, and the #1 in charge of international relations in our country, flew immediately to Washington to see Pompeo and arranged the tariff. And then he came back and said, we're the heroes. Nobody's going to lose their job. Answer me one question. Why do we got ourselves into that problem? Because you signed an international pact of immigration. You signed the international pact of immigration. That is what got us into that problem. Now, security issues, cartels, getting out of hand. Close the damn border for 1 hour on every state. Hit them in the pockets. It doesn't matter if you lose a little bit, United States. It doesn't mean that you're going to lose a little bit. But it doesn't mean that you're going to win more. For the people that are just watching, my name is Oscar Blue. I'm a broadcaster and a reporter from Tijuana, Mexico. In Mexico. And from the people that they're watching, I live in Mexico. I live in Mexico. I don't live in the United States. I live in Mexico. And I am defending the President of the United States, Donald Trump, and that is not protecting our country, and that is not protecting our people. And the United States, if they want to intervene in this issue of the cartel security, you can hit them in the pocket like you did. Like you exactly did with the tariff. If you hit them in the pocket like you exactly did, the mexicanos, sí o no, inmediatamente en cuanto le dijeron te vamos a fregar con el 5% en la tarifa, ¿cómo arreglaron el problema? Así, miren. Mexican people, do you remember how Trump said, I will tariff you for 5%? How the problem was resolved like this. If the United States wants to intervene smartly with a brain that they have, they will immediately put some condition that it doesn't mean that they're going to send their men to fight a war that is not theirs. This is not your war, United States. We don't need your men. Mexicans need to wake up. This is our fight. This is the Mexicans' fight. This is the citizens of Mexico that they need to wake up. Despierta ya, paisano, que nos están partiendo la madre. Wake up. This is our war. There's no necessity to send your men. Play smart, play in the table, and play with money. Hit them in the pocket, and you will understand that they will completely fix the problem. Immediately, they will fix the problem. Immediately, they will fix it. Because we depend. The United States needs Mexicans and to come and cross and to buy. That is a fact. Export and import in the United States and Mexico, it's really important. The United States is number 2 on exporting and importing vehicles in the world. Mexico is number 5. Mexico is number 3 on exporting parts and importing parts for vehicles in the world. And for goods, it's number 4 in the world. So the United States needs Mexico to come in. And the United States needs Mexico to buy, to go out. But this is a security factor for the citizens. Are we for security and for lives? Or are we for money? Are we going to leave these people take control with drugs and guns? Or are we for doing business smartly and protecting the citizens and moving forward and always your country first? Hit them in the pockets. That is the way that you need to intervene in a country. That is why you got people that handle international relations. You got really smart lawyers. You got really smart people that they can handle all these situations on a table with a pen and a pencil. This is the way that they need to intervene. So Mexico will learn to do things now. El gobierno corrupto de nuestro país que haga las cosas ya. Y si nadie los presiona, y si nosotros como mexicanos no presionamos, que los presione otro gobierno para que entiendan, carajo, que la seguridad de nosotros es lo primero. More than 26,000 homicides in the 10 months that he has been president. More than 26,000 homicides. For God's sake, is the first president that has so many homicides in the history of Mexico. Just look at the stats. We're number 2 for violence. We got 4 cities on the top 5 for violence and delinquency. We're number 3 on trafficking. We're number 2 on trafficking to children. We're number 2 on cartels, on drugs, on amapolas. Our country is messed up. So we need somebody to pressure all these corrupt politicians, and you hit them in the pockets, and you will know if they keep moving, and they would understand immediately. Immediately they will understand. So if you want to intervene in another country, don't intervene with guns. It's okay, AMLO. No bullets, only hugs. This is what the United States needs to do. I follow your advice. No bullets, only hugs, but I will hit you in the pocket. And you would understand that you are going to fix the security issue, and you will pay. How's everybody doing? I'm Oscar Blue for Border Network News and for America's Voice. A quick little video for everybody that is asking a lot of questions regarding the LeBron family. The LeBron family has a lot of past. If you scratch the surface, you're gonna find a lot of things, corruption and a lot of things. But it's not the moment to be disrespectful to a family that it has lost children, women, in an atrocious attack by the cartels. It's not the moment. The moment is to find the justice of God, and to find justice and to stop the terrorist attacks on Mexicans and on people from another country, on foreigners in our country. This is the moment to correct problems and to correct issues and to correct corruption and to correct officials and to stop this and to control them. This is the time to do that. It's not the time to be underneath the book and find it, oh yeah, the LeBrons did this, the LeBrons did that. That is not a justification to kill month-old babies. That is not a justification to kill people that they are just traveling. There's no justification for that. No hay justificación, señores. Por más que le rasquemos a lo que eran los LeBron y esto y el otro, no justifica que matemos a niños de meses y se maten personas que solamente viajaban. No es una justificación. Hay que encontrar la justicia, y la justicia ya. Si no se corrige esto desde un principio, nunca se va a corregir. Hay que pegarle en los bolsillos a estos corruptos políticos y encargados de la seguridad de nuestro país. God bless every single one of you. I think that will be an option. People are going to call me crazy. I got a couple of trolls coming in here and telling me you're crazy. Shut up. If you don't like it, move. I'm in Mexico. Where do you want me to move, stupid? And I'm proud of my country, of how I was born here. I'm proud to be Mexican. I will tell you that. I'm 100% proud to be Mexican. But it hurts to be Mexican, and it hurts to see the corruption and how a president, a leader, is draining us and flushing us on a toilet. It's horrible. It's horrible to see that. It's time for us, like I said yesterday, it's time for us to unite. A skin is not a problem. The way you think is not a problem. The way your heart feels is not a problem. The way you walk, your hands, your arms, your legs, everything is not a problem. Our souls need to unite to fight the corruption and to fight the left and to fight the socialists and to fight the cartels and to fight for justice of God in our country. That is what we need to do. That is what we need to do. Not just the United States and Mexico. Every country needs to fight for the justice of God, because that is what we're lacking. We're lacking of God in the presence of every human being and every man. How can you have a heart to kill a man and to kill a woman and to kill the month-old baby? You don't have a heart. You're not human. You're evil. We need the presence of God and the presence of good man to fight for justice and to fight for what is good. God bless you all in Mexico. God bless you all in the United States. God bless every single one of you guys. Stay safe, everybody. Came in here because I wanted to tell everybody of all the posts and comments that they've been saying on my post about the situations to interfere, to intervene. Thank you for the person that it was correcting me. Sorry if I interrupted you like that. Intervene in our country is not necessarily with guns and violence, and it can be done with this, with the brain. You can intervene and pressure another country with the brain. That is how things are handled in the table by powerful people like Trump. That they can handle the things in the table without moving one finger. God bless everybody. God bless the United States of America. Come on, patriots. Come on, nationalists. Come on, build your country. Let's wake up. Vamos, patriotas. Vamos, nacionalistas mexicanos. Despierten y a defender a nuestro país. God bless everybody. Stay safe. And follow my partner, Conservative Anthony, as he's running for Congress in District 16 of El Paso. And he's trying to do this. Defend his country against all socialist agenda. God bless you all. Stay safe. And always remember, peace and love, everybody. Because always, your country is first.